Hi everyone, comic book reviewer here. This time reviewing on the film Unfrosted. Now as you know, Unfrosted was a 2024 comedy film that was basically directed and co-written by Jerry Seinfeld, who also did the film B-Movie. Now, I would say, Unfrosted is basically a comedy film about product testing, trying to go for any means to get the products done, and the story is meant to be based on the true story of the creation of the Kellogg's treat, the Pop-Tarts, which is also meant to be a comical take on the whole creation and taking the mick out of the whole Kellogg's brand. And the story is meant to feature how, we see how Bob Cabana tells the story of the origin of the Pop-Tart to a young runaway kid. And we see how, in 1963, we see how, Bob sees to his shock and even surprise that the rival brand Post has also created something that could destroy the market of Kellogg's. So we kind of see how, Bob, as well as Edsel, as well as basically Donna, who used to work with Kellogg's, but now works as a NASA food scientist, join together to create a product that can blow Post out of the water. And I think for the most part, as a film, it definitely works, because we do see how even back then, Kellogg's were basically on the top of the food chain. They literally could blow things out of the water and try to experiment with things. And we kind of see how, they get other team members together to find a way to make a product that works. And I think it does a good job in showing how, sometimes when you're working on products, when you're having to kind of work on something that can be beneficial or something that can be a good profit, to try and get things up on the ground. And it reminds me a lot of the origin of Transformers, which was basically based on the whole previous Japanese toy line Diacon, or it kind of reminds me a bit like Power Rangers, where it was adapting from Japanese stock footage Super Sentai, and it became popular. Or it's kind of like, looking at Pokemon, which is actually going to be based on actual animals, but doing a more catching the animal trope. And I think for the most part, the film knows it's not taking itself too seriously. It is supposed to joke with certain things, like seeing how Bob and Donna try to kind of do questionable things to get their resources. We kind of see how, Marjorie Post, as well as her basically lackey, trying to go do the same thing, but even trying to do a bit more unethical means. And I think for the most part, the film knows that it can't really take itself too seriously. Again, some of the actors do work, like, having Bill Burr play John F. Kennedy in a more kind of serious matter. And we kind of see how, having basically Hugh Grant play this over-the-top Shakespearean actor, who's obviously meant to be based on Trevor Razencroft. And I think Hugh Grant really plays this jerky but kind of upstart character. And the rest of the film knows that it can't be taken too seriously. It knows it is joking with itself. And I think for the most part, Unfrosted isn't a bad movie. It knows it's going a bit over the top. It knows it has to be funny. It knows it has to keep its fans, as well as the viewers, in their seat, wondering what next part is going to happen. So I think this film definitely deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, comic reviewer here, signing out.